But also you'd mentioned something there that about letting people down.
Yeah.
Do you mind? What do you mean? Because we hear that a lot.
So in my case, it was going to be the first grandchild,
Yes.
and very sadly, my brother and his wife had lost a baby very far along. It was very traumatic, I think, for the whole family, and I saw the ripple effect of that.
Yeah.
I witnessed it, and
couldn't go through it again.
I couldn't put them through it again.
Put them through it.
That was the thing. It was, oh goodness, what would this do if anything happened to my baby? And that was the feeling of, all this hope for this grandchild. This is the one, that's going to bring so much love into the family. If I mess this up, that's letting everybody down. That's where my head was at. And
it's a horrible place to be.
It's awful. So awful.
See what you said there, a lot of women feel that. And I'm so glad you've shared that with us, because you're saying it's bringing hope into you. It's not you and Connor, it's the whole family unit, because they've experienced something sad, something awful.
It's awful.
And then you're thinking, well, am I going to re-traumatize it? Is this going to happen again? And that's real. Like, that happens so much, but you don't know why you don't realize you're carrying that.
Yeah.
And you can't figure out, you haven't the words to figure out, why am I feeling like this?
Yeah.
Michael's family, they had lost, Michael lost his niece. She was 22 months old. And I was the first to be pregnant after that. So what you're saying, and you're that just, when I felt when I was pregnant with Caitlin, I was another baby I had too. You were taking care of another baby.
Yeah.
And people think, have you lost your mind? No, that is actually, this happens. So there again, this is where wonderful conversations take place, because people go, you too?
Yeah.
God, I felt that.
Yeah. I know there will be people listening to this who sadly will have, experienced within their family this sort of thing.
Oh, yes.
It's you feel even selfish to make that even about you as a whole. You're just kind of.
But it's a conversation that needs to be had, because it's going to help somebody else.
The anxiety that comes with that is horrendous.
Yeah.
Horrendous. So you were holding all of that through your pregnancy.
Yeah.
And of course, that's why it makes sense that you're saying you didn't want to let people down.
It was really, really tough. Really tough. Those thoughts, as I say, it was horrible.
No joke.
Well, you said something there a minute ago about bringing hope.
Yes.
We brought something else with us today. We actually have a fourth guest for the podcast, and it is Holly.
Hi.
Our award.
We named our award after you.
Award.
We did. We took Holly everywhere.
Yes, little Holly.
I'm going to give her a little blonde wig.
Yeah. So we have Holly with us. And Holly is our hope.
Yeah.
And our Holly is our hope for our mummies, because it kind of, I suppose, for us in the charity, and as I said before, it was history. It definitely was history. This kind of reinforced we're actually doing a good job.
Yeah.
It come from a mummy. We don't get much recognition. We don't look for the recognition, but it came from a mummy. And yes, we had the big day in Belfast, and we had the awards, and we had the cocktails afterwards. It was fantastic. We brought this home and took it to the ball pool. Remember, we interviewed our mummies, and we had cake and tea, and this is us. So yes, we've got Holly with us today.
As I say, that it's such a little token, isn't it? But it means so much in the sense of giving recognition to a group that is changing lives. And it was all very serendipitous for me, because I was meant to be a judge on that category. For me to fully see you, to see you in the work that you were doing. I think it took a pregnant woman to really appreciate it, to know the lifeline that you were given to people. Because we got very emotional during our conversations. It wasn't easy conversations to have, because I could see what you were doing. I thought, oh my goodness, this is what women need, and men, sometimes too, but women in particular, just there's not enough support out there. I just thought, for that woman that made it through the door, the ones that were in the car park pacing back and forth, scared to come in through the doors.
You know what that's like. The
strength even that they had to be able to speak up, and because you make it easy for them.
The
front door,
Yeah, the welcome's there, and I suppose there's and I can go back to our podcast, and a mummy that has now since recovered and has moved on, but it took her a full year to come to the door.
Yeah.
But in that year, she listened to our podcast, and she had weekly phone calls, and I spoke to her on the phone.
Wow.
But this podcast, the resource of the podcast, and this is season 1 and season 2, was her voice and kept her going in her kitchen. And her son actually came on and spoke to us in the podcast, Thomas. So it's actually a fantastic podcast to listen to. But Thomas came on and spoke to us, and one thing he said was he remembers a point where they realised Mummy was back. Mummy used to bake, and the roses tin was back on the worktop. So that he came on to speak to us, and he came on to speak to us.
What age is Thomas?
Thomas is 22, and the baby of the house at that stage was 1. So there was 6 children. And Emma was very vocal and supported us, and her story, and her son spoke. Emma had plans that she wasn't going to be here. Our podcast, our free resource that we're speaking on today, kept her living.
Resuscitated her. When you think of it, like it was a lifeline for her.
It shows you how.
It took a year till I met Emma face to face. She came in through the door. But in that year, she had to put together in her ear, in her podcast.
It just shows you that's what we need. We just need to hear ourselves as well, to hear our
normalising conversations,
normalising what we're
letting
feeling.
her know that she was not alone in what she was thinking, the intrusive thoughts, the expectations, everything.
And the podcast would have been on in the background, Holly, so the kids were hearing it. And then when they seen the difference in Mummy, they seen Mummy was sad, and then they started seeing Mummy come back. Rose tin was coming out with the baked goods. Mum loved baking. That was what kept her heart going and her soul.
Mammy.
From an accent, Mommy's back. And the kids now, especially the older ones, are so passionate about mental health, and they're even so passionate about one of the wee boys, when he heard his teacher's wife was pregnant. Do you know about that? Tell her about that wee charity. I wanted to give the leaflet and all. Here's early intervention.
I have the loveliest wee letter. I have the loveliest wee letter on my desk in work. I think his name is Oshin. So shout out to Oshin. And I know your mum is probably listening when this goes out. Oshin's maths teacher, his wife was pregnant, and he found out his wife was pregnant, and he came home and said to Mummy, will you write down the name of the girls that you listen to? And she wrote it down, and he brought it in and gave it to the teacher and says, for your wife to listen to. These are mummies that help other mummies.
Oh my goodness.
Like that's what it's all about.
But that shows you how strongly how much they're seeing the difference that you're making.
So there you go, exactly. And that back to that prevention, early intervention, about honest conversations taking place around kitchen tables. People not afraid to talk about their emotional well-being. That's it really does give you the goosebumps.
Yeah, it's the resource that we need to get out and shout it from the rooftops. Conversations.
Yeah. That's why we keep doing, we keep saying we don't do this for vanity. It isn't easy to sit in front of a screen.
No.
It isn't easy to often share. And sometimes you're coming from something from your own life and you think, oh, Jesus, now I have to sit in the podcast. But that's what does it. We do it to hopefully that it's making a difference, and somebody can find their hope for tomorrow.
Yeah. Because being able to do that is much easier than talking yourself, asking for the help. Because I remember even at the early days of Oscar, and one of the midwives came around, and I had a real it was whatever day it is that you're literally on the floor.
Oh, yes.
I was
the hormones just go.
And you've not slept. Yeah. You have not slept for days. And I fully broke down at that point, and just offloaded on her. I don't think I would have done that with Finn.
No, because you wouldn't have let your guard down, because you wouldn't have wanted them thinking you weren't able.
I didn't want anyone to see. I wanted to be able to deal with it myself.
Yes.
And I didn't want anyone to know that I was, if I find any part of it hard, you don't even want to admit that. But, I felt so much better after a good cry.
Sometimes that's all you need.
A good cry and talking to somebody and her telling me, this is normal. Yeah. It's okay.
Because it is hormones the first 2 to 4 weeks. How could it not be?
Yeah.
So, we should be allowed to, if we're not allowing that out, then we're burying it down. It's going to come out down the line. And it's most likely to be when you do spill that milk.
Yeah. It will be.
That's when Mummy
That's when Mummy will hit the roof.
So that's amazing that you
Yeah.
were able to have them.
But that's what it's such a simple thing, communicate, but it's hard to
So,
instigate
and
it.
it's us with the expectations. And I think us females come into this world with, we're carrying the load from our generations behind us, and it's not our own to carry.
Yeah.
And I think, and that's, I need to do what such and such done, and this is what such and such done. Your granny was out in the field, she had 6 wains, one tied round her and lifting the turf.
That's always
was granny happy? Then he's asked. Wasn't talked about then. So our generations hopefully we're bringing change.
Yeah.
And if it is just through one honest
conversation at a time, and you're providing that, and as I said it in the recording, pinhole of hope for one mommy.
Exactly. One person listens to this
That's
and identifies with that.
So did you even find, because we're getting it from a lot of mummies and daddies have shared it with us, going from baby 1 to baby 2, and how am I going to have as much love for 2 babies?
Oh, absolutely.
Where's all this love going to come from?
Oh, and especially because you love them so. You love your first so much.
Here.
And I used to think, I'm not going to like the other one as much.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Because how am I going to have all of this love in my heart?
My wee buddy here. It's a stranger coming in here. And looking back now, it is mad. It's so mad because you just do.
You do.
Absolutely.
And that's the narrative we're telling ourselves. And mummies would also say, am I feeling... I was giving my first baby all the attention, and now I'm bringing in another. And am I feeling that baby? How dare?
That bit's hard, and I still do struggle with that. That's the bit that's really, really hard. And I've got to say, my Finn is just, he adores his baby brother. We are very lucky, that I keep waiting for that bubble to burst, but at the same time, I do get that horrendous guilt when I'm sorry, Mummy can't put you to bed tonight because the other one is crying and I need to sit with him. And there was one night in particular, it was so tough, and I promised him, Mummy will come back and read you or give you a mummy story, as he calls it, when I just make up a story. And I will come in and don't you worry. And Oscar just took that bit longer to get down. He just would not go to sleep. And by the time I got back into Finn, dear love him, he was lying, the book on top of him, sleeping, and lying asleep, just on top of his bedclothes. And the guilt. Yes. Let me tell you, I almost wanted to wake him up again.
Yes.
He would never go back to sleep.
No mum would never ever do that, really. But I felt dreadful. And I knew, but he had forgotten by tomorrow. But
exactly. But then you carrying that.
Has it lessened any? Are you still fighting it?
You just realise you have to. And I think that's what I was saying about the second, that he'll be all right. You still will feel bad. And I do fret all the time. If he does anything, I think it's my fault. And Connor will tell you that, I'm constantly, he did that because, or he's, done this or said that because of me, because I said that, or because I was off with Oscar, because I was working, and you're constantly, it's my fault. Again, my husband will say, stop blaming yourself. But that's what we do. You're talking about
that's the
female that we have. If only I had done that, or if maybe I should have done this.
We need to change the language. We need to change. We wouldn't say that to other people. So why are we saying that to ourselves? You wouldn't go and say that to your husband or your friend. You should have did it this way. That shoulda anyway is an awful thing.
Yeah,
that word is really you shoulda. That's a heavy word. We don't use it at work.
It's so true.
And it's about. Do you know what I learned from that? I talk to myself, Holly. Right. And what I mean is, if I do something that maybe didn't work out well, I'd say, look, Una, you tried your best, pet. We'll learn from that. And that's me doing that cradling. I'm cradling me and reassuring me, because I often let the dark side win, and then
we all do.
that harshness that I was putting me through. And that whole saying that people say, it's the first time we're living. This is our first life, and I'm learning through my life. Every day is a lesson. It's not a lesson, So I'm learning. And we tend to do it, don't we, Ciara? We try to change that narrative that we're saying to ourselves. So you're going to say that naturally, but sometimes stop yourself and go back and go, Finn's doing okay. Yeah. I'm doing the best I can. There's some days, Holly, you're going to be a shit hot mama. You'll go to bed and you go, I got it all right
today.
And the next day you could be 20%.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's so true. And we are just far too hard on ourselves. I like that. I'm going to get rid of the word should have. I think I'm going to take that on.
We don't use it in
work because I use it all the time.
And
it's nearly like a
heavy, hard
point
in the finger. Nearly go, you should have. You know, and I know if
don't
anybody
love
told me to
doing-
calm down, you see, you know, go, I nearly get horns in my head. You tell me to what? Don't tell me to calm down.
Yeah.
You know, or pull yourself together. I'm not a fucking pair of curtains. You know, I'm not going to pull myself
I'm
together.
not calmed up.
You know, whoever calms down
Yeah,
by saying
exactly.
calm down.
Exactly.
You know, I see that you're upset. Okay, do you want to take a wee minute? And I go, thank you for seeing me, and I'll take a wee minute. But if you say to calm down, oh, just.
Because that's funny. It's the conversation I will have with Finn, with my 5-year-old. I will say to him, I can see you're very upset. And
you don't have that with yourself for then.
But I will never do that.
That's
to
how you
myself.
talk to yourself.
Be gentle to you.
Yeah.
Because you are doing the best you can.
Because even my sister, who, as I say, is pregnant, she's so wise. I was not this wise when I was pregnant, and I was saying,
But she's learning picked up from you.
She's watching.
She did. She said, I was saying about, probably one of the I should have, would have, could have, about whatever, and she said, this is your first time.
Yes.
You've not been a parent before.
No.
In regards to Finn. I'm like, oh yeah, that's true.
And nobody gives you the script of life.
Yeah.
And it's the same for, it's your first time being a parent of two.
Yeah. I've never had a 5-year-old before.
No.
I've never had a 6-year-old before.
No,
never.
Never.
And this is always going to be the case. You're learning on the job constantly.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing as being a perfect mom. There's no way it could be.
There's no such thing as perfect.
You're
But guess who
Yeah.
we're perfect to? Them wee eyes that are looking back at us.
Oh.
They have unconditional love for us,
Yeah.
and to them. So that's what often we need to remind ourselves.
So true.
And also often closing that loop. If you did something, or you said you were going to promise to take them to the park and you didn't, you could close it and go, look, Mommy didn't get and take you to the park today. But can we look at something else we can do? Closing that loop rather than using that as something that you're going to hold on your shoulders and it'll bury you down. Because yet again, we don't cry over spilt milk for no reason.
Yeah, it's true.
It's the other stuff we're carrying.
And we want to demonstrate to them too, as always what I say, it's really important that they see that we're not as hard on ourselves.
Exactly.
Our own, these terms that we use all the time, like about emotional maturity and all this, that we're not great at, but we have to work on that because we want them to be better.
Yes.
To set that example.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
And your emotional intelligence, I so believe, I have good emotional intelligence and I work on it, and I hope that's a gift I've handed down.
It's a skill
to my children.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a skill. And
not everybody.
No, and people look at us and think we've got our shit together. I don't.
Yeah.
You work on yourself.
You've got to work on it.
Yeah, and I'll often go away and I'll crumble for a while, and then I'll build me, and I'll go and I'll sit and reach out for support, or have a conversation with myself, or allow myself to have a day that I cocoon myself from the world.
Yeah, because
there's nothing wrong with that.
The expectation that you are a certain way, so I am like that every day. That's
no,
the other thing, like
always that's boring. That is boring.
But some days
you can't be the same, because then you'll be flat.
But you talk about emotional intelligence. Some days I'll be really good at it, and then the next thing I've lost it.
It's a muscle you have to build.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like going to the gym. Like sure, I see you be boxing.
We've seen that.
Who was that you had in your head going boom, 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 boom?
You say to me, I've got to say at the gym, like, who are you thinking about sometimes?
I love it. That's one way of getting a lot of it out, isn't it?
It is. I recommend to any mother.
Yeah. One thing I'm going to say is by the sounds of the conversation, Connor is really a real good cheerleader and support for you.
Yeah.
Because as you're saying, he's saying to you, reassuring you, well, you already got there the first pregnancy. And then as you know, well, why... That's amazing to have that support and have somebody who's actually not just a nodding dog behind you and whatever you say and not having no input. That's fantastic. You have a partnership.
No, I absolutely do. And Connor would call himself, he's a real feminist. He does try to, and like same thing. He'll have days where he'll miss. He'll not realize.
Yes.
But like everybody, but generally, you can tell him anything, and if he sees that I'm struggling, he will. Absolutely go, right, okay, the days, particularly in the early days of Oscar, and go, right, I'm taking the two boys out.
Yeah.
Mommy, you stay there.
Yeah.
You rest. And that's a weird thing too, that I still have that a little bit, this control, this need to be near the baby all the time, and I can't let anyone else, and something we talked about, I can't let anyone else deal with him, because I have to deal with him, and only I can do it.
Yeah, I hear you, sister.
Even his own father, I'm going, just let me do it. It's just easier if I do it. I even did it today. My mother-in-law's there, and she was, I'll put him down. I said, no, I'll take him with me. And I took him with me to, I want him near me.
Yeah.
And it's bizarre, and I still have that, and I still have to work on that.
It's a muscle,
hand him over.
It's the lioness, and yes, the protection, and they're with me, I'll protect them. But also I was like that, and it didn't serve me well.
It doesn't serve you well.
So it's
at
never
all.
like the father, you know.
Yeah.
And if they father, then that's building the muscle in them. They're involved,
Yeah.
and often they feel left behind too.
This is Fill Ur Cuppa, the Support Together podcast, and we couldn't bring you today's episode without the support of Shannon Hollywood, behavioural consultant. Shannon supports parents with a compassionate, research-based approach that focuses on connection, emotional safety and co-regulation, not punishment. Her courses and online content are designed to help parents stay calm and confident and connected, especially during challenging moments. And remember to follow Shannon on all her socials.
Well, you know what? Because I went back to work pretty early, that's actually been a real positive from that point of view. That I have found, in particular, Connor with little Oscar, they have a lovely relationship. And I think that relationship's been cemented earlier than it did even with Finn, because he's had to spend more time with Daddy if Mummy's away to work. And the smile in his face when Daddy walks in at 8 months old, like,
but what a gift, I mean, because
it's about I love to see it.
That connection. It's not good for a child to have only one attachment to one person.
Exactly.
That's so unhealthy.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Yeah,
that's
completely.
Actually, it is wrong, because if that, say, I never know when I have to.
For you, yeah.
No, but even for the baby or
What
for
happens
your
if they end up
child.
in the hospital
If
or
I had to go to the
something happens?
hospital, that poor child doesn't know who to go to, what to do. Their world is gone. So it's introducing people into the world. And you've just reminded me something, because I had to go back to work a bit early, and when I had Caitlin, and Michael would have been off with ill health, and that's how I was able to go back a bit early. And Caitlin and Michael, he would have had her right down in here, right? Watching, and they watch TV together, and he would talk to Adler, and it was just give you the warm fuzzy, and you'd come home, and he was like, and then he would tell you about his woes of the day, and Jesus Christ, she wouldn't settle down the day, and I couldn't get this under and on under her, and but it was lovely, because he actually then seen what I would have been going through. Yeah. So when you share it, we both understand it. Otherwise, we don't.
It can create a chasm there too. If you don't, you know,
what?
It's me and the baby versus you almost. You know, you don't understand what I'm going through, and only I can do it. Only I can. And like I say,
resentment can sit in there if you don't.
Exactly, on both sides. Resentment that he's not doing enough, even though I'm not actually letting him.
Yeah.
But also from him, to go, well, I don't know what I'm doing here, so that's. He only wants you. He only wants you.
Yeah,
that can happen very, very easily. So but that's hard. It's hard handing him over.
Of course it is,
and stepping out of the house. Oh, any mum who's done that for the first time will know that it's. But the way your shoulders drop when you do go out, and you realize how much tension you've been holding, because when you're with your baby, you're just this the whole time. You're stressed the entire time. More stressful than any job or any live television segment. There's nothing quite like it.
That's a big speak.
Well, I always say, and I said this funny to somebody the other day that who works within the industry, and said, you're going to go back to work after having a child, and you'll be so much better at your job because it doesn't matter anymore. And that was how I felt. I went back, and I remember going back to BBC Breakfast after having Finn, and I remember standing on the set feeling cock-a-hoop, actually. I felt so confident because I had no fears.
That's a new word, cock-a-hoop.
It is. I love it. I haven't heard it in years.
I felt so confident because I went, what can go wrong here?
I brought a life into this world.
This is not a life or death situation.
I know.
What I'm dealing with at home is life or death.
Exactly. Realise what I have at the house.
Nobody's screaming at me in here. This is grand. So I thought you found confidence in work after that, because I thought, what's the worst could happen?
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah. It was great. It was like, this is not important now.
No.
And also, what grounds me is time out helps with time in. So when you're getting that time out of the house, you are coming back. As you say, your shoulders drop.
Yeah.
Your body doesn't feel it's under threat.
Yes.
Your antenna isn't up looking for danger. Every looking thing
Yeah.
You're able to, and then you're coming back and you're having that bit of fun. You're a wee bit of your fun mum. Because my kids used to think, Daddy's fun. Mummy's serious.
That's exactly.
Because I was always the ones making sure the rules were there.
Yeah.
Daddy was the one coming in and tickling them and carrying on. So he was the clown. I was Sergeant Major.
That's also because you have that mental load that we talk about.
Yeah.
You're constantly you need to get into your jammies, and you need to do this, and I need to get the dishes done for this, and then I have to do that, and then I've got to prepare for one tomorrow.
And you can't have sweets because you have dinner date.
And if you're always starting, you've got to do this. No, not doing this. You don't have the time for the gentle parenting, and let's sit down and have a little chat about it, because I've got
the warm
3
fuzzies
different things that I have to do at the same time. Whereas you say, when I go off to work and I come back, it's like a clean slate.
Yeah.
Completely.
Come here to me.
And give me the
Gently
tickles.
back. Yes.
Yes, let's
Play.
run. Who's going to get
Give
upstairs
me all the
first?
snuggles.
Give me
Yeah.
all the Lego. Come on. I'll be a ninja.
Yeah, exactly. That's deadly.
Oh.
Oh, definitely deadly.
Come to the part. I think we've
Okay.
done so much talking, girls.
I love it.
Fill your cuppa, and Holly's kid already hinted a wee bit there what she does to fill her cuppa. So, in the podcast is called Fill Your Cuppa, and we would often talk about what do you do to fill your cuppa, what keeps your cuppa filled, how do you know when your cuppa isn't filled. So, as a mum of two, a very busy mum of two, doing the job that you're doing, travelling back and forth across the water and all that, I'm really keen to hear how you fill your cuppa. That's yours to hold.
Oh, I get to hold
Yeah,
this.
it's not a BBC one now, but it's and that's yours there in America.
Oh, this is on you. We
I know
normally
we don't
have the big
we
signs.
don't
Normally
have the big
sign.
sign, so the smaller one today. So what? We'll be go down it first, and then you can listen it, right? So Una, Mary, Leonard. What do you do, or what have you done recently? Or I want to actually hear something different.
Aye. Because there's stuff that I'll always do because it's important. But I've realised I want a hobby.
Now, I'm going to stop you there.
My husband has about fucking 1,000 of them.
No,
Brilliant.
I'm going to stop you there because I've heard this in the past,
Right?
so I don't want to hear hobby. What have you done recently?
I swear I'm coming to
All right,
Mrs.
okay. She keeps telling me she wants a hobby, Holly, but she's not doing nothing about this hobby.
Right, so I have done something about the hobby. I love taking photos, right? And my sister asked me to go to a wee event. She took a group of mummies down to do it's Smashing Bottles Rage Room. And it was a load of women to do with menopause. And I goes, no, I'm not going to go. And I sat with myself on Friday and I said, you know what, Una Leonard? You want a hobby, you love editing, you love taking photos, gives me the warm fuzzy, it ignites my soul. So I text her, then I was about to delete it. I was so proud of myself. I didn't. And she says, yes, Una, please go down with us. And I went down on the Saturday, and I have to say it ignited my soul. I was buzzing. I was editing. I could have kept editing, had to put the phone away. I need to be doing more than that, capturing moments for other people. I love it. And I feel I'm good at putting people at ease.
Yeah.
So you actually are going to get... And you kind of like when I wouldn't have said that 2 weeks ago, right? Because you go, I can't give myself a compliment. What? You might give yourself a compliment with nobody hearing you. Yeah. But I'm saying this out loud. I felt that you were able to put them women to ease. What a bloody gift to be able to give someone. Yeah. And I felt such a buzz after. So that I did, Mrs. O.
Did you only figure out last week, a week before you could put women at ease? Because I'm telling you now, you're doing the fastest way ever. Yeah.
I was about no way. I mean, taking photos and stuff. You know, it's a different. People go, no, I don't want a photo. The next week going, I'm happy with a photo. Put that up on social, surely. Yes. That's so. It was buzzing, and I think I even might speak to my daughter about the two of us doing a wee hobby together, and maybe do moments to memory kind of a thing, and maybe get a wee extra lot of shillings from it. There you go. I put my hobby into making my money.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah. Love it. So that's what it did for me.
Better.
So completely different.
Holly Hamilton, what do you do to fill your cuppa?
I suppose it is a couple of things. I think, what I love, I do love playing with my kids and being with my kids and all that, but it's so important that we have time for ourselves.
Well done.
That is, and it comes back to what I was saying earlier too, about that makes me a better mummy.
Yep, big time.
And sometimes I need booted out of the house, but you brought up the boxing earlier,
yes.
and that is a big one for me already. And I've always enjoyed, I used to play hockey. I've fallen to pieces, so I can't play hockey anymore. So I decided to take up a really light sport of boxing.
Yes, of course.
Is your knees sore, or how come you've moved in from hockey to boxing?
But you know what, the hockey thing is more to do with the fact that I let everybody down every time there's a match on. So every time they're like, right, you're playing on Saturday, and like, I'm away again. Whereas too much boxing.
There's too much commitment at this stage of your life, but you could go back possibly
exactly.
to
revisit it. Someday that I will. I'd love to go back because I do love team sport particularly. Yes. But with the boxing, it's a bit like a team sport because, you're there with a lot of other people. Yeah. It's very much about encouragement, and there's a lot of frustration that I get to work out.
But you can pick and choose. You can go to the class. If you miss it, you're letting nobody down.
I'm not letting anybody down, just myself. This is it. And this is the thing, though, because it is very easy to get out of the cycle. And to be honest, you've caught me at a week where I have been very busy this week, and Connor's been busy because one of us has to be at home. I can feel that. I feel that I've not
Yeah.
got that out of my system, and I've fully exercised that. So I think that's so important for me. Definitely physical kind of exercise, and it sounds like such a cliche, but
No,
it's so hard.
that keeps you well,
But
Holly.
it's so easy to put that to the bottom of the pile.
It
And it is constantly, no matter what I say, that's the thing that is at the bottom of the pile, because there's so many other things that you need to do, like work and the dinner and the washing and all that. And then you feel it's very easy to squeeze that out. But when I come home from doing that, I feel fit. Also, I love that my boys see mummy doing something strong.
Yeah.
Like for me, that's really important. That he knows that mummy boxes.
Mummy is cool.
Mummy's really cool. Mummy does that.
And you just shared it in social, and I thought, whoa, she's giving that punch back.
Because even what was happening
talking to
was, Connor, he's very sporty, he plays football, and that's very important to him. I would say his goes, it's not the bottom of the list. He's got his hobbies, and he will always make time for that. But what has happened then is Finn has always been like, Daddy is the fastest, and Daddy does the running, and Daddy does that. And I never want him to think that that's not what his mummy does. So as soon as I was able to, I've got to hand it to my boxing coach actually, who did wheel me back in pretty early on after Oscar, because I was very much not ready.
Not ready, yeah.
But I was ready, and it actually has helped me build up. And seeing him because he came to watch me boxing one time, and seeing him being like, look at mummy go, mummy's fit, mummy's strong.
Yes.
Don't mess with my mummy. I love that he has that about me too. So for both reasons, for me physically, but also it's just important that my children see that mummy's strong.
Yeah,
kick
I love that.
So you do, there's stuff, so you're very aware to fill your cuppa. It's very important.
It's so
you to see you.
Important. And it feels, you still have that, you feel selfish doing it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that men feel that in the same way. And you almost feel like, I shouldn't be abandoning my children to go and look after myself. But you have to, because you come back, like I say, a much better, stronger mum.
Yeah, but we work with so many mummies that do nothing for themselves.
Of course.
And guess where that keeps them?
This is
in the pit of despair, in depression, in anxiety. What does our children want?
Yeah.
A well mummy and daddy, mentally well and able to be sitting problem ready. If something comes in, we're able to deal with it rather than run to the hills. That's not you have to, it's self-full. I remember mummies going, it's filling self up.
Not being selfish at all.
So important.
It gives me that kind of energy. It's so good for your mental health to do that. And I would say to anybody who is sitting there going, but who has the time? We don't have the time, and I know that's true. I really don't. And again, Connor is brilliant. He will be the one that shoves me out the door. Yeah. Maybe for many reasons. But he
but that's good.
You take it. On you go. Exactly. Whenever I say I need to get out, need to do a class, no matter whether that is, boxing, or it's the gym, or it's chess club, or whatever your thing is, do something that just gets you out of the house for, it's only, an hour. Yeah. It's not like you're gone for days, and you will come back just feeling so much better.
You'll see the benefits of it.
You will, and so sign up for something, because you will get out of that. It helps you with that sort of despair and feeling that you're stuck. Yeah. That feeling of being stuck or Groundhog Day, that's really tough. So.
And it's not your forever, and it's a way, it's an adjustment. It's adjustment. As Ciara put it really there, hockey isn't, this is not your season at the moment. But who says that you can't go back and revisit that at a time?
Exactly.
And often men give up football and they go back, or vice versa. It's important. So that I'm so glad.
I feel like even with jobs or anything, we all feel like we're on a kind of a line, that we're all heading either, whatever direction your line is, and we have to stay on that line. Life's not like that. It's a big wiggly thing.
It's like a heartbeat. You have to go up and down, up and down.
Up and down. Yeah. Up and down. Yeah. Certain things will be for you at this point in your life. You can go back to that later, go up and down. And that's, again, with motherhood, that's such an adjustment that, particularly with jobs and things that women struggle with, that we were all up to this point, up to motherhood, you're on a line. You've been advancing your career, you've been, just finding a relationship or whatever that might be, and you've been on a path, and motherhood makes that go very, very wiggly.
Oh, just
it's okay. That's
that wiggle is slow.
You'll get back up. Yes, exactly. You'll get back up to whatever point it was again, if you would so desire.
Yes,
or,
that's what you're.
All over the place.
But don't forget about your basic needs.
Yeah,
you have to look after our basic needs.
Exactly. You do.
Fed, watered. And doing stuff that ignites our soul.
Yes, don't forget to feed and water, because I do that too. Yeah. I forget to drink water for an entire day and realise I've been breastfeeding for 24 hours.
Oh, and that's tough. Water. Because you will dehydrate.
Do you get why is that?
I'm wondering, I know. Yeah.
That's what we do to ourselves.
You're serving the wee man and you're forgetting about you.
Yeah.
But that can happen. And that doesn't mean you get the big stick of mama guilt and go, I'm a terrible person. It's about, oh, Jesus,
Yeah.
I didn't. But sure, tomorrow I'll take water with me, or I'll do. See,
completely.
shit hot mommy tomorrow.
Aye.
Yeah.
80%, but your 80% still good enough.
Exactly. We're doing the best we can.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, Mrs. O.
Every week.
I know it's not
Every
every week. I'm very good some week. Mrs. O, how are you filling your cuppa?
Doing this.
I know she.
Doing this here.
We reckon the BBC could hire.
All right. And I suppose it's bringing me back to the conversation I had with you in the hub on the sofa, and providing that pinhole of hope. And this is a conversation that we've long wanted to have, and we were able to have it, and I can't wait for it to get out to the public. But providing the resource and the tools and helping the mummies realise that they have it within them.
Yeah, there's light at the, I think
you
that's
have
what you
the
do.
answer.
Because you know what that feels like, and that's what we talked about before, and how hopeless that feels. So and to be able to tell them, by the way, there is a light. You'll get to it. It's
and
not
as you
overnight.
Just keep going, keep going.
And as you said, how I approach mummies, how I approach a new mummy or any mummy, is completely different than what I would have done before. And like I know we always say, we can nearly sniff them out when you know a mummy's not well, but it's how you approach them, and it's totally changed my outlook on everything. But this here, work, it's not work, because I don't feel like I work. I do work, but I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This year, this is, and I've said it before, this is what I was put in the earth for.
Yeah, and I know, and Ciara does sit with pride, and when she able to chat to her mum, when we hear things and we're going, thank you for sharing that, or oh my God, see just what you've said, that's gonna move another mummy on 100%. Who is stuck.
Yeah.
Stuck is the word.
I really do get.
Well, when you hear wee nuggets, and like I'm listening to your conversation, Holly, and I'm hearing, because I'm putting you up there, like you are a professional woman, and you have like a perfect family, but you have a husband that's supporting you, and you're letting him support you. You have you're able to provide that hope to like your sister who's expecting and going to bring another baby into this world. Like you are, like that's the future that's coming.
Yeah.
And you're providing the hope, and you're feeding it down, dripping through to your children. Like that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we're.
Like we're making the change. Like, we always say, it runs in your family to run into me. It stops here.
Yeah.
We're making a change for the future. Like my daughter's 7. Well, she's actually 8 now. I have to change it. She was 8 last week. She's 8, and or the boys. The boys are older, but I'm doing this here so that Orla will never have to. And if she does experience postnatal or antenatal depression, it won't be as bad as what I had.
Exactly. That's it.
She won't feel that there. That depths of despair, that pool of shit that we were in, won't be there. No. And there's hope out there. So this is it. This is what we're doing.
And it's so, we've messed up for a long time when it comes to both women's mental and physical health.
Yes.
It has been ignored.
We haven't given enough
so
attention.
long. It's like we're just starting now because it's never been discussed, talked about, investigated, researched, all the rest of it. We're just starting, as I say, whether it's your physical health, anything, and which is really depressing. But this is it. We are getting better, and I say for this next generation,
we're making changes.
Because we're starting from absolutely nothing at the minute, and that the stuff that you're doing is like it's going to be such a game changer. I hate that term sometimes, but people listening to this, like it does get better, and I know
this is not your forever.
No, it's not your forever.
Somebody has said that to me, doesn't mean I was going to hit them around the head and go, "You serious?" But if somebody even saying, "Una, you're feeling this now, but I promise you, it's not your forever, pet,
and
we're here to help."
Listen to this. I appreciate there's not enough support out there. It's not there, and it's not good enough, and that's not fair. And I can understand why so many women do feel like it's just happening to them. Because you would think it.
Totally.
The way that
you're the only one in the world.
That's how I felt way back 20 years ago. Is it only me?
Exactly. That's what women do feel, because a lot of it is just conveniently brushed under the carpet. That's changing. It's being talked about. It is getting better, but be part of that solution here and keep talking, keep having the conversation.
Keep having the conversations. Yeah.
Ready for the cheese?
Holly, the cheese is coming, Pat.
Ready for the jokes?
Yeah, the jokes.
And Holly has one mother.
Has Holly one with her? Bless her.
I had to bring one. Do you know what people say to you? I really wish I had one Yeah, people say, "Have you got a joke up your sleeve?" I never do. And do you know what happens? The worst ones come to your mind. Do you like the really
the dirty ones
and
that
you
we
go, I
can't
don't know
say.
what part of my brain exactly. And I go, I don't know any.
You've never met my
I
husband.
don't
He's banned
One
from
of the
jokes.
mummies actually, it was her children give her the jokes.
Yes. Right, so I'll have a few first of all, because just in case hers, I do mine, I can't follow it. Right. I told my husband. I'm gonna change it. I told my husband. No, I'm gonna have to. I told my sister she was drawing her eyebrows too high. She looked surprised.
I mean, and her eyebrows were
laugh.
high.
Laugh for me, laugh for me.
Right, okay.
I have a real fear of speed bumps. You know?
Do you, Pat?
But I'm slowly getting over it.
Hey.
I like that now, because I get it.
They're the best ones.
What do we say? My husband told me to stop I stopped acting like a flamingo.
Right.
So I had to put my foot down.
Right, Ciara.
I know.
I
I know. Hey, one more. Two more. Right
Oh,
there.
it's just, it's like you wind her up and she
So
keeps
what do you
going.
call a cow with no legs?
Careless.
Ground beef. What do you call a cow
No.
with 3 legs? Lean beef. A man walked into a bar.
He does, doesn't he?
Ouch.
Oh, that's an oldie.
That's me.
I think you're still thinking about the leaning cow.
Lean beef.
I do, I get it.
All right.
I get it.
All right, Holly, now come on. Now, don't be too good.
What do you call a fake noodle?
A fake noodle.
Yeah,
Don't know, Holly.
an impasta.
Have you any more?
The future, the present, and the past walked into a bar. Things
Right.
got tense. I enjoy that. And this one's an oldie. This one probably is my favourite one. What do you call cheese that isn't yours?
Cheese, it isn't ours.
Oh, I think I know this
Yeah,
one.
you should know this one.
Yeah.
Don't know, Holly. What do you
Nacho
call
cheese.
cheese isn't ours?
Nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese is nacho cheese.
Okay,
Love
one more.
yours, Bob.
I know. I actually like this one. I accidentally swallowed some food colouring. The doctor says I'm okay, but I feel like I've died a little inside.
I think we were on the same site yesterday.
Very good. Well done, Holly.
Yes, brilliant. See the way she said yours was good, and she
Aye.
well done for yours.
I
but you
know. Yours made me laugh.
Doesn't like my joke. I have more there if you want.
No, you're all right, Pat. Not waiting to get her Holly home.
Other side of the piece of paper.
I know. That's it, folks. We have spoke. I don't even know how
How
long
long?
this podcast was.
There we are.
My jaws are red. My neck's red. It's so warm, but we've done. It's been amazing, and it has been an absolute honour. And thank you so much.
Honestly,
It has been my
Holly.
pleasure. It really has. It's always great chatting to you.
Yeah.
And, you're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you so much for your
And
conversation.
thank you.
That's it, folks. Like
Yeah.
and subscribe and download, upload, whatever
tickles your fancy.
That's us. Thank
Yeah.
you. Bye.
This was Fill Ur Cuppa, the Support Together podcast, hosted by me, Mrs. O, Ciara O'Gowan, and the S2 team. And we couldn't bring you today's episode without the support of Shannon Hollywood, behavioural consultant. And produced by 9874 Creative.